I had to adapt the craft because life happened. Plot twist. I like saying that. And my, not so handy dandy trusty sewing machine is back to getting all jammed up, and it's not the settings, I don't know what it is. I thought I figured it out. I thought the bobbin wasn't winding properly on this because it was a little funky, and I thought, oh, everything I wound with that wasn't winding properly, and that's why it's catching and getting jammed, because all of a sudden, after a few months of constant jamming, it was working for 4 months straight, and I thought, oh, cool, problem solved. Now I know not to do that, and now I'll be good. Nope. And it's not an old sewing machine either. But it's only few years old. Anyway, so we don't have to sew to make the bookmarks. We can use good old trusty Aleene's tacky glue, because this also works on material. It's one of the wonderful things about it, unlike Elmer's, because it's thicker. The trick to getting it to stick to material is simply, okay, so this is I got my ribbon. I've got this is the kind of elastic I got. You could even use the elastic from a hairband if you wanted to. I just thought this was really cute, this little ruffled kind. So I got that, and what I ended up doing was gluing the pieces together. I'll show you how I did it, and then it'll stretch to go over the pages. So I'm going to cut a piece over here, and then I'm gonna show you how I did it. Okay, the way you get it to stick, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold the edge over and just sort of crease it myself. And first, of course, you want to measure your book and make sure it'll be the right size. I already did that for this. This is my ideas journal. So any good ideas for my business, I write down in here. It says, created to shine. Matthew chapter 5, verse 16. So I like that. Anyway, so you measure it just so that it goes, maybe it's got a little gap, like that much, and then you stretch the elastic so the elastic will fill in the gap. You don't want it too tight, but you want it, you don't want it too loose either. So what I do is I just kind of do that with my fingers. If you have an iron handy, you can iron it over, but this works fine too, just using your nails and just kind of, And then what I do is I'm going to do that to the other side too. And then I put glue, a little bit of glue, not too thick, on both sides, and just let it dry get tacky. Just let it get tacky for maybe about anywhere from 2 minutes to 5 minutes. Probably depends on the humidity in the air. So I just do that, just to keep the edges nice. You could also just put some of the glue, like if you wanted to just use it like that, and put some of this at the edge so it won't fray. You could do that, but I think it looks a little neater and nicer to do it this way. So I'm just going to put some glue on both sides that are going to stick together. And sometimes oh yeah, wow, it developed quite a big plug. It's funny too, because I was using it just a few minutes ago, but okay. All right, so I'm just gonna put sometimes you have to shake it down. When there's less in too, I find that if you want to set it in a cup so you could keep it upside down, that'll get it so you don't have to keep, shaking it down. Mine's still fairly full, but when it gets lower, that's what I like to do. So I just like to let it, I don't put too much on. I don't know if you could see. And then I'll just let that dry for a couple minutes while I start another one. And I have this one, this has been going just for a little bit. I'm hoping it'll get dry enough to show you by the time I'm done. If not, I'll like maybe take a little video to show you guys, to show me putting it on the book cover later. Because I had planned to sew, but life had other plans for me, or at least the sewing machine did. It's on strike. Okay. And I had a lot of course, I bought like all kinds of material. I have all kinds of sewing projects planned. Okay. All right. So there's that one. And then I will do that to the edges of this to stick on the, after I fold this over, then I will put more glue here and some on here so that then I can, and then the clothespins work quite nicely. In case the clothespins usually don't get stuck on here, but I mean, if you were worried about that, you could always take a little bit of wax paper and put it in between the clip and the material. But that's not usually, unless, I mean, if you use a ton of glue, that could happen. But if you don't, you know, if you don't go overboard with the glue, it's not usually a problem. Okay, so I'm also now I'm going to measure for my bigger book now with this one. So this is just sort of how I did it. I just put it around like this and had it come back, keeping in mind that, you know, I have about a 1/4 to a 1/2 inch that I'm going to be turning under, so I have to allow, you know, for that much on each end. And then you just need, it's however much elastic you want to use too, you know. Okay, so if I cut this to be about, about there, and then I'm going to fold, you know, the edges over. Then I probably want, I mean, you could do more elastic if you want. I still have to open this one up, but it's about 2 inches. So that's about how much I'll want of the elastic. Oops. There we go. I just got all this stuff at Joann's. Any craft store that sells stuff for material will work. And I got these cute little buttons too. You don't have to use these. These just make really cute little accessories on there, you know, just adornments. I have some little purple flowered buttons. They're just all buttons. I'm trying to think. You just want something that's not this. These are fairly flat. Although you could, well, you probably would, you could put it on the outside of the book. I'm just thinking if you're going to put it on the inside pages. And then these are just little, like, what is the actual name? Oh, sliders, right. These are called sliders. They almost like little buckles, sort of. And you just slide the ribbon through. Now, just be mindful, if you wanted to do that, you have to do that before you glue it together so that it'll stay put. And you definitely want to make sure, yeah, this is the right size ribbon, because the ribbon needs to be a little bit wider than the actual, you know, slider, or it's not going to stay put. It'll be sliding too much. But anyway, those are just some cute little things that I got to go with it. So I said about 2 inches. I'm going to go a little more than 2 inches just because there needs to be some overlap. So if that's about 2 inches, I'm going to go a little more just to make sure I have enough. And now this might have been there long enough. Yeah. Then I can fold it over now. See how it'll stay now. See? It's not going to pop back open. If it's not tacky, it'll pop right back open. So now those edges are staying nice. So now I can take the glue and put it on here. And again, let it sit so that it will adhere to the elastic. I gotta wash this tablecloth anyway. maybe a little bit thick. I'm just going to sort of spread it out a little bit more. Okay, and then I'm going to put some on the side of the elastic that I want to go down. It's going to be the top, though, don't forget, but okay. This stuff likes to, come on, it doesn't always want to lay flat. Okay, so I'm just going to let that sit, and I'm going to start this one. And just get it so that it'll stay enough to be able to, so I know where I want to do it and where to put the glue. I'm just crunching over the edge a little bit. Just like hand ironing, if you will. Okay. And I'm going to do the same thing with the glue over here. This one over here. Put a little here, and then where I'm going to fold it over. The same here. And then just let that dry. And I'll get a purple one going too. And I'm gonna do a bigger one because I'm thinking a couple of Max's friends that are girls are going to middle school this year. So, and I know I said these were a good you know, back to school thing, and now I'm thinking like here the kids haven't gone back to school yet, and they're not going until what is it, like the 5th or 6th or something, so September 5th or 6th. So I realize in the South they're back already. And I think even in Oklahoma, right, Cassie? I think so. Yeah. So I'm gonna make this one bigger so it could go over like a school book, because I thought, you know, it'd be kind of cute to, how big are their books are usually, I should probably measure, but I think they're about 12 inches, something like that. So I'm just gonna kind of guesstimate. And I'll do the same thing. So if I were doing this on the machine, I would have just folded this over and ran, you know, some stitches this way, and then I would have taken the elastic and, you know, stitched it right on. But that's fine. This works too. It's very thick. That's why you have to really work to get it to come back down. So I'm making them progressively bigger. Just like, it's funny, just like me, like my mom, myself, and my two sisters. My mom is the shortest, and then I come in at, there we go, at 5'4½". Gotta get that half in there. And then I forget exactly how tall my middle sister is, but she's taller than me. She's a couple inches, inch and a half or 2 inches taller than me, and then my youngest sister is the tallest. So, okay. Alrighty, and then I will need the purple for that one. Right, I will struggle to get that open in a minute. What I'm going to do is put this together. So I'm just going to set this on top and place a clothespin there to hold it. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. You just want to make sure it goes in a circle. Oops. so I'm just going to let that dry. Okay, here we go. I think something else I'd like to do for the girls too is maybe you can, I don't know, you can decorate mirrors and put, what do you call it, magnets on the back. I'm gonna have to look and see if they have that fake mirror, you know, so that way if it fell off, if it got knocked off or something, it wouldn't break. And I don't know if you can decorate that though, so I'll just have to kind of look into that. That might be a better locker thing. But you can also make magnets out of, you can get glass. I had like glass cabicons, they call them, but they're you know, just like a square with beveled edges, and they're softened, and you can just cut whatever, like scrapbooking paper or a picture. I think I'm going to do a picture of Max and Julia and Fiona together, and then I can have Max help me make them, and then you take what do you call it? I'm having word finding difficulties today. So thanks for your patience. Oh, why can't I think of it? Decoupage, Mod Podge. You can take that and you can put it on the picture and then stick that to the glass, you know, the clear glass, and you just want to make sure you get any wrinkles out. And then you can let that dry, and then you can take magnet strips, or they have circles. You just want to make sure you have enough on there. It's really going to stick good. Like if it's this big, I found 4 of the circular magnets. I like to glue them on. I don't like to rely on the adhesive. I don't feel like that is strong enough, especially with, you know, that it's glass. So I like taking the magnets and the non-adhesive ones and just putting my own, like super glue works great. And then putting that on, and they work great. And that would be like a cute little thing. There's also, like, I'm sure there's magnetic picture frames too that you know, I could put a picture in that way too, but I know they make those. Okay, so I don't even know which side is which. They both look nice. Okay, so let's see, where am I now? I did this one, so I'm going to fold these edges over, and they should stay now pretty well. Okay, and now I can get the pink that I have, and oh, they're popping up. You know what? I can cheat a little bit, and I can put this on here just for a few more minutes to let it. You know what, you actually, when you do that, when you push it down, you're supposed to actually hold it for like at least 10 seconds. Well, no, actually, I think it's almost closer to a minute. So if I had done that, if they're super tacky, you don't really have to push them that much. If they're kind of, if it's a little soon, I mean, they say you can hold it for a minute. Okay. That wasn't quite a minute, but let's see how we're doing. See, I think it's down now. All right, so then what I can do is take my glue and put some glue on there. And then this one should be done too. Yep, there we go. Put some glue on there, and then on each edge. Likes to curl up a little, but I just find this elastic so cute, and I think the girls will like it too. Okay, so then I will just let that, don't curl, don't curl. Okay. It's not it's not actually, the glue is not actually touching this, so it'll be fine. Okay. And oh, that is popping up just a little bit, but you know what? Once I get that on and put the little thingies, clothespins, it'll be fine. Okay, so let me see how this is doing. I think that's doing pretty good. I can take these off. I'm just going to let it just air dry a little bit more. But you see, I just have, that's all, you know, and then you can stretch it and put it on the edge of your book. Let me show you, because it was, I'm trying not to get any of the glue. Wait, if I'm going to touch this to move it, I might as well have some. Ah, my raspberry martini. Okay. So you can put the elastic, either way that you want. And you'll just, I'm not sure that this is quite ready to go on yet. I'm a little worried, so I'm just going to kind of hold it, support it a little bit. There we go. And look how cute that is. And then it marks your spot wherever, you know, I just put it on the outside flap, but like wherever you would be in the book. And then we have all these cute little things. You could, really, I mean, it wouldn't have to be blue. It could be a contrasting color. But, you know, just glue one of those on and look really cute. So I'm just going to continue letting this dry just a little more just to make sure, but I just want to kind of give you an idea. And I think I'm good to take my next piece and put this together. Now it's sticking to my finger. And just make sure you do it in a circle, you know, again, so that it makes one big circle and doesn't like twist. Okay. There we go. And I'll let that one dry. And I'm gonna hold and press these down. I wonder if anybody in middle school and high school, do they still take the paper bags and make them into book binders, not binders, but book covers to protect their books? I wonder if anybody still does that. I know another way to do it too is to use, I think you could use contact paper. I think that was another way to like kind of decorate it. You just wouldn't take the paper off the part that was touching most of the book. It would just touch like the inside of the book to stay on. Gosh, yeah. Long time ago for me. Long time ago. Okay, so now I'm going to take where'd I put my glue? And just put some of that on there. And let it sit. And I'm going to do the same thing with this because it's curling. I make sure I get the ends pretty good too. I mean, it's elastic and this stuff isn't going to fray like crazy, but I'm just making sure I get the ends too. Okay, so now put that right there. And that end isn't as bad, so I think we'll be okay. I do love this glue though. This glue is fabulous. Okay. So I'm going to show you just what this looks like on the ribbon. Okay. So this ribbon, I haven't actually done anything with it yet. These are these are great. They make bigger ones too that can be used for scarves. If you need to, like, put the ends together and hold it on you, it looks really cute. Just ribbon sliders. Or just sliders they call them. But see how that fits well, so it's gonna really stay put. And just looks really cute. I love those. So I'm sure that I will make some with that too. And then other ones I'll just, let me see if I can get this off. I don't have, oh, there we go, good. Because I don't have scissors here I don't use my material scissors for anything but material. Otherwise they'll get dull. So I'll just take some glue and glue that on. Or I might actually stitch it on. I may stitch it on. But, and you could use a bead too, if the bead is kind of flat, more flat. Some of them will have a hole right through the middle. And you could just glue that right on. You could glue on a sequin or whatever. I do like the sliders, though. I think that's really pretty. And then they could play with it a little too. But hopefully they wouldn't get in trouble. Am I talking loud enough, or am I too? Okay. Okay. I'm not as exuberant today. I'm a little tired. That's a good thing to do while you're waiting for the glue to dry. I had 2 huge, awesome events, and now Julie and I we did them together. Now we're just sort of, resting a little, taking a little breather. But we have fall events set up, and some September, October, and I have a couple November ones set up, and then we'll be looking at the holidays. Yikes. I'm not even ready for summer to be over, you guys. I'm really not. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna finish some more of these up. I thought, oh no, I got it in my glue. Don't do that. I thought that'll be really cute on there. And honestly, the purple ones would also look cute on here, and the purple ribbon would even look cute with the floral ribbon, So you could tie it together, like that. That'd be cute too. So, this is kind of fun, and it's something that the kids, if they're not back to school yet, or even if they are and they still want to make these because they're not too busy yet. I don't know how quickly they get into the massive homework schedule, but it's just a fun little thing that you can do. And for boys too, sometimes they have if they they might like it too if you get like a I don't know if they have Minecraft ribbon, but they have character ribbon sometimes, so they might. But you could even just pick like a cool pattern that would be more for a guy, or you could do black, or I don't know, whatever they like. If they like pink, that's fine too. Okay, thanks for joining me, you guys, and thanks for being patient since I had to start late. Have a good night, and post any of these in the comments if you make them, and when mine are all dry, I'll do that too. Okay, bye. Thank you.